Welcome you all in my blockchain channel, that is blockchain hands-on in short duration, that is just 5 minutes. Today I'm going to explain by using a very good link that is called as blockchaindemo.io. Why I am referring this link? Because on this link they have shown very important details, like whenever you want to visualize blockchain in a real scenario, you are expected to look at such kind of visual demos. So dear audience, you can see here they have given 28 steps. I will explain you each step. Okay, so here we are observing the step 2. You can see here they have given the source code also, so you can see the code. So basically this code is developed by using JavaScript, and here you can see they have given the code like how you can make use of constructor and how you can create the Genesis block. Okay, see, basically whenever you look at the blockchain, so you should be aware like what is data, what is hash, what is Genesis block. So these 28 steps, they are very important. They have also given the explanation also. So it starts with a single block that is called as the Genesis block. So if you look at the next step, wherein we are going to look at other details like how block stores information. Okay, so the index is there, and that is basically the position of the block in the chain, and Genesis block has the index 0, and next block will have the index 1. Now a record, basically when you consider the record when the block is created, the timestamp helps to keep the blockchain in order. Now if you look at hash is a very important concept, because a hash looks like a bunch of random numbers and letters. So basically it is an alphanumeric value. What are the properties of hash? Hash has a fixed length, then same data always map to the same hash, then different data map to the different hash. It is easy to compute and is infeasible to convert hash to data. So these points you have to keep in mind. Now if you look at what is meant by a valid hash. A valid hash for a blockchain is basically a hash that meets certain requirements. What are they? They are having 3 zeros at the beginning of the hash, and that is the requirement for the valid hash. The number of leading zeros required is the difficulty. Now we can see the next detail. Now how block hash calculation is to be carried out. So f of data is equal to hash. So hash is a digital fingerprint, and that a block needs. The data is the combination of index, timestamp, previous hash, block data, and nonce. See, nonce you will observe in different types of blockchain programs, wherein you will also observe like they have considered nonce and the difficulty level. So basically f of index, hash, previous hash, timestamp, data, and nonce, that is going to give you the hash. So replace the value of our Genesis block and you will get, so they are considering like 0, then 0, and they have considered the timestamp, and welcome to the blockchain demo 2.0, and they have considered the nonce at the last. So 604 is the nonce. Welcome to blockchain demo 2.0, that is data, timestamp, previous hash is 0, and index is 0. Okay, now you can see what is previous hash is the hash of the previous block, and the Genesis block, if you look at previous hash is 0 because there is no previous block. Okay, now what is data? each block store the data against it. So cryptocurrencies, you people are aware about Bitcoin. The data include money transactions. Now, if you look at the nonce is a number that is used for finding the valid hash. To find a valid hash, we need to find a nonce value that is going to produce a valid hash when used with the rest of the information from the block. Now, mining is a very important concept because see, the process of determining nonce is called as a mining. So you are going to start with a nonce of 0 and that keep incremented by 1 until you are going to find a valid hash. As difficulty increases, please remember I have just discussed with you about the difficulty. The number of possible valid hash decreases. With fewer possible valid hashes, it takes more processing power to find a valid hash. If the hash on the block is invalid, click on the tool button to mine the Genesis block. So here they have given very important steps. I am explaining you each and every step. Then data mutation. So here if you want to edit, welcome to blockchain demo 2.0. So data is a input variable for the hash, and changing the data will change the hash value. The new hash will not have leading zeros and therefore it becomes invalid. Now if you look at the further detail, mutation effect. So subsequent blocks will also be invalid. A hash change will cause a mutation in the previous hash of subsequent blocks. Since previous hash is used to calculate the hash, subsequent hashes will also change. This will lead to a cascading invalidation of blocks. So you can try yourself, like here I have already told you, like this is another work, that is blockchain-demo.io. Here add 3 blocks, then mutate the Genesis block input. Okay. Then adding a new block. So to mine another block to the blockchain, and you have to fill out the data input and you have to click the button. So they have shown the code also, like add block, new block. If this is valid block, then new block and this dot latest block. So here this dot blockchain dot push new block, else throw error invalid block. Now we will move to the next step. So adding valid blocks. So valid blocks, how you can add it? So that block should need to meet some requirements. So index 1 greater than the latest index of the block. Then block previous hash equal to the latest block hash. Block hash meets difficulty requirements and block hash is correctly calculated. Now peer-to-peer network. So global network of computers work together to keep the blockchain source secure, correct and consistent. Now add peer. So click the button to add peer to the network. So they have shown the code like discover peers, p2p dot get new peer, error and connection. If error, throw error, else this initiate connection dot call this and con. So they have shown a very simple way details about the same. Then peer status. So currently active, connected, disconnected. Okay, so you can change the peers. Click on the desired peer. Then to connect to a peer, on a read peer click. Then to see history between peers, on a green peer you can click, and to disconnect with the peer you can again click on the green peer. Okay, so here they have shown the code. Here you can see like how you can consider like close connection and all that. Now we will see remaining few steps. So if you look at the step number 21, that is peer message. So peers ask for each other's block to determine who has the most up-to-date blockchain. Okay. then peer communication. Okay, then P2P tour. So 0 start with the genesis block, add peer and connect, add a block, check history between the peers. Okay, then P2P tour point 2, if you look at, so 0, you are starting with the genesis block, add 2 blocks, add a peer and connect, check history between the peer. The longer valid chain takes a procedure over a shorter chain, and that is called as the longest chain rule. So this rule you can keep in mind, that is the longest valid chain takes precedent over a shorter chain. Then P2P tour point 3, after receiving the longest valid chain, it will broadcast the latest block to its peers. Eventually all the peers on the network will have the longest valid chain. Now, what is the immutability? If the block is mutated, the block and subsequent blocks becomes invalid. Invalid blocks are rejected by the peers on the network. They need to be remined for the validity purpose. Earlier blocks will be harder to corrupt because there are more subsequent invalid blocks to remine. Because peers on the network are always adding new valid blocks, the hacker would have to outmine the network, which requires majority processing power. Now 51% attack. If the participant has more than 51% of the network, he could outmine the network and hack the blockchain. When there are more miners in the network, the processing power becomes more distributed, and no one has majority power. This leads to a more secure blockchain. So here they have given the funda of secure blockchain, and here they are saying like, thank you for learning about the blockchain, and I already told you like this project is available on the GitHub and you can go through the same. I will show you some steps for this project. So here you can see you can add a block, and in this you can add new block. This is genesis block, then block 1, and then you can add one more block that is having value 12. Okay, so in this way please go through this link, that is blockchaindemo.io. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share my YouTube videos. So I hope you have enjoyed this visual for the blockchain demo. Thank you once again. Keep watching blockchain related videos through my YouTube channel.